Hey, this is Charles at Premier Marine. In today's video, we're going to go over the JL Audio setup and integration with the SIMRAD screen. So, you'll remember from our first video, the initial setup video for the SIMRAD, we auto-configured all the sources, and the JL Audio MediaMaster 100 was shown there. So we're actually just going to double check and make sure that that's still set up properly. We'll go back to the Settings tab, we'll scroll down to Network, and we'll go to Device List. Click on that, and we see that the MediaMaster 100, it was there, and then it went away. And the reason that was is because I don't have the power button for the stereo head unit on the helm lit up, which means it's not on. So what I need to do is make sure that I push that button, make sure that that LED is lit up, which means that it's going to give power to the JL Audio head unit, and make sure that it's powered on and that it's shown. So I just did that. If I click refresh and just give it a second to boot up, it'll actually automatically repopulate on the screen. Just give it 1 second. The important thing to remember is that you want to have the switch at the helm for the stereo on, and that way it's lit up and you see it popped up back up automatically. I didn't even have to refresh it. So that means it's back on the network. The SIMRAD can see it. It's communicating with it properly. So the stereo on the helm, or the stereo switch on the helm is lit up red, so we know we're good to go there. If you don't see that MediaMaster 100, or if you see a MediaMaster 50, which is actually what comes standard on level 3 and 4 boats, so that means you're good to go. It'll say MM50 there, and you want to make sure you see some kind of JL Audio head unit on the screen. If you don't see any kind of JL Audio head unit, there's obviously some kind of connection issue, or the power isn't on for that. So we'll close out of this, go back to our main screen. We're going to go to our audio tab. So any of these different screens that you're in, you'll have an audio tab. We're just going to go to chart. You'll see the audio tab there. We'll go back to echo, downscan echo. You'll see the audio tab is still open. So it's whenever you're in one of these screens, you can have an audio tab open. There's no specific audio page. So we'll go back to chart. We'll click on audio tab. You'll see the audio is off. Make sure that the stereo button on the helm is on, and it is. So we'll click the power button here. You'll see it's connecting to MediaMaster 100. It automatically goes to Bluetooth. That's why I'd say not connected, or your select device. So real quick, we're just going to double check that we're on the right audio server. So you click on this little settings wheel here, and you'll see a couple different audio servers. The first one is actually something built into the JL Audio, or into the SIMRAD system, which isn't what we want to do. It's not going to help us at all. We want to use that MM100's audio server. That's the JL Audio head unit. So we'll click on that. We'll click MM100, and then everything's set up good to go for the audio server. So we can back out of this. Just to remember, if you're on a boat that has a MediaMaster 50 standard, it'll say MM50 there instead of MM100s. So it'll actually be MM50 there instead of 100. You'll go back. If we want to change from Bluetooth to a regular stereo, we actually click the Bluetooth button there. You'll see all the different source options that we have. So you see FM stereo, AM stereo, Sirius XM. This is actually a Sirius XM ready head unit, but you'll need an additional tuner and a subscription for that. So that's an add-on. We'll just go to FM stereo. You can see it's tuning, so we can see the station we're on. We can change the station using either one of those buttons. Everything is working properly with this. We'll go back to Bluetooth, and we'll show actually how to set up the Bluetooth connection with a phone. So whatever source we're on, we'll click on that, click Bluetooth, and then you'll see it says select device. So the way to search for a device would be to click on this little Bluetooth symbol. So you click that, and now you see it's scanning for devices. So now we'll go to our phone, make sure the Bluetooth's on our phone, and we'll click scan on our phone as well. So make sure Bluetooth is on. You see it's scanning for devices on the SIMRAD. I have it scanning for devices on my phone, and sometimes it takes 1 or 2 times to just click and scan for devices just to make sure that they're communicating properly, make sure both are on. Then you see it just popped up. So Galaxy S8, that's my phone. I'll click on that, and then I'll click pair. And then on my phone, it actually gives me a prompt asking if I want to connect to the MM100 head unit. I'll say yes, and now you see there's a link that just popped up, and now it's automatically starting to play music from my phone. We're connected. It started playing a song. I can close this tab, and we're good to go for that. Bluetooth is set up and ready to go. Now I can go to the volume, and I can actually turn the volume up. You hear the music. We can go louder and louder. And this JL Audio stereo system is honestly one of the best stereos you can get in any boat. the clarity, the fidelity of the system is actually pretty impressive. So it sounds excellent. On a level 4 or 5 boat, there's always going to be 3 or 4 different places that you can control the volume. So the SIMRAD system is the first one. So I can click on this in the audio tab. I can click on this little speaker here, and I can use the slider, use my finger, touching the screen, and I can adjust the volume right there. I can also use the buttons on the side, the plus and minus. So either way, you can control the volume right from the SIMRAD screen. Second place you can control the volume, and actually the whole audio system, is from the steering wheel itself. So on any level 4 or 5 boat, you have the option to have, or the standard actually, to have the steering wheel that has all the controls. So that'll actually control the volume. I can control the volume up from the steering wheel, and you'll actually see it move on the screen here by itself, because I'm using the steering wheel to turn the volume up and down. It's real quick, it works seamlessly, so it's excellent. You can actually click the mute button as well. So on the steering wheel, I click the mute button, you can see that it's muted. I unmute it, and it's going back to playing it. I mute it again. So you can see it's real instantaneous, there's no lag there. So you don't have to be touching the screen to be doing anything. I can have the audio tab closed, and I can still be adjusting volume up or down. So it works out really well. It's nice to have that option. That's the second place you can control the audio from, the volume from. So the third place that you can control it from is the stereo head unit, which on level 5 boats is remote. It's a remote station on the boat, so it's somewhere else on the boat. On level 4 boats, it's actually right on the side of the helm there. So if I'm using the knob on the head unit, you'll actually see the volume go up and down too. So I'm back at the head unit, the JL Audio Media Master 100, and I'm using the knob to control it, and you can see that it moves. So steering wheel, head unit, SIMRAD, there's 3 different places on a level 5 boat that you can control it. They all work together, they communicate at the same time, so they're always synced up properly. So if you have any questions on stereo setup, stereo function, reach out to customer service. We'd be more than happy to help you out and answer any questions.